The U.S. Navy just made a stunning admission. Naval officials yesterday confirmed that 3 separate UFO videos released by the New York Times in 2017 and previewed on the show are actually genuine. They do, in fact, show aerial phenomenon the Navy cannot explain, and that, in fact, our understanding of physics cannot explain. The Navy also recently sent a letter to Congressman Mark Walker saying that it takes UFO sightings very seriously and is working to investigate them. Nick Pope is a British journalist. He once investigated UFOs for the UK Ministry of Defense. He joins us tonight to explain the significance of this. So, Nick, this does seem like a change in the way the Pentagon describes this phenomenon, is it?
Yes, it is. Up until this point, the Navy has said very little. And in fact, they've left the door open sometimes and almost implied, look, we might be dealing with commercial drones or even balloons. But now what they've done is turned around and said, number one, this is real. And number two, this is unidentified aerial phenomena. That's the phrase.
All right. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Much respect to the brothers teaching this truth around the world, trying to wake up the elect of the children of Israel. Yeah, this is a video that Fox News Tucker Carlson did yesterday regarding the Navy acknowledging UFO video in new statement, right? But we know what it is, man. These are chariots of the Most High God. This is Zechariah chapter 5 and verse 1. Then I turned and lifted up my eyes and looked, and behold, a flying robe. And he said unto me, What seest thou? And I answered, I see a flying robe, the length thereof 20 cubits, the breadth thereof 10 cubits. Then he said unto me, This is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. For every one that stealeth shall be cut off on this side according to it, and every one that sweareth shall be cut off on that side according to it, right? And I will bring it forth, saith the Most High of hosts, and it shall enter into the house of the thief, and into the house of him that sweareth falsely by my name, and it shall remain in the midst of his house, and shall consume it with the timber thereof and the stones thereof, right? Or the Most High God is going to bring this judgment upon Esau, Edom, the thief, right?
That they've used. Previously, they've said advanced unknown aircraft. Now they're saying unidentified aerial phenomena. And that is, it's a term borrowed from the British government. We used it in the Ministry of Defense, and we meant UFOs.
So the U.S. government is admitting that they have no idea what these things are, that they're probably not some Russian superplane, and nobody's paying attention to this. I mean, this seems like a watershed moment. I mean, we have all this tape of objects defying the known laws of physics right next to U.S.
Right? The known laws of physics, man. Esau is running scared, man. He don't know what to do. Right? Let's get this. This is the book of Isaiah, right? Chapter 66 and verse 15. Behold, the Most High will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury, and his rebuke with flames of fire. For by fire and by his sword will the Most High plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Most High shall be many, right? And these devils know what time it is, man. That's why you see the sightings going up left and right. Because why? The Most High God is making these things manifest to put the terror in these modern day Egyptians' heart, right?
Military installations, the military admits it. Why is this not page one news everywhere?
Well, it should be, absolutely. These aircraft carriers that many of these UFOs have been interacting with, obviously these are billion-dollar assets. And if the official position of the most powerful navy in the world is, frankly, little more than, we don't know what this is, I don't think that's good enough. And I think clearly people like Mark Walker don't think so either. And I would urge him to get the classified briefing that other senators have said they've received. And maybe within the bounds of not wanting to divulge classified information, but maybe some of these senators could then step forward and at least give us a clue of what we're dealing with here.
Get them a clue of what they dealing with. Man, you dealing with the chariots of the Most High, man. Right? And Lord willing, all the brothers get to see that. Lord willing, I get to see that. You know what I'm saying? The fall of our enemy, right? This is the book of Habakkuk, chapter 3. I'm going to start at verse 8. Was the Most High displeased against the rivers? Was thine anger against the rivers? Was thy wrath against the sea? That thou didst ride upon thy horses and thy chariots of salvation, right? So Habakkuk seen all this devastation. He was wondering, did Yahweh Shai have anger with the rivers and the sea, man? Because everything in this place is going to be laid to waste, man. Right? Everything.
It turns out it wasn't a weather balloon. I mean, they've been telling us that for 50 years. Oh, it's a weather balloon. It's not a weather balloon, is it?
No, absolutely not. Somebody in the Pentagon must have. They say we don't want to hypothesize about this. That's fine, but there must be in the Pentagon a best assessment, and there must be a view of what they're ruling out. We should be told.
There's obviously some reason they're not.
Yeah, some reason they're not telling you damn Edomites, man. You know, y'all ass to go crazy, man. Y'all dismayed at the signs of heaven, man. Right? But they think that's why Trump is creating this space force, man. They really think they're gonna be able to fight against Yahweh Shem Rashad, right? It's a 2 Ezra chapter 13, verse 1. And it came to pass after 7 days I dreamed a dream by night, and lo, there arose a wind from the sea, that it moved off the waves thereof. And I beheld, and lo, that man was strong with the thousands of heavens, right? That's Yahweh Shai coming back at the chariots with those angels, right? And when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen under him. And whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burned that heard his voice, as the earth faileth when it filleth the fire. And after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of number from four winds of heaven to subdue the man that came out of the sea. Now we know that during the story of creation, Yahweh Shai separated the waters from the waters. We know from Matthew, I believe it's 24 and 30, that Yahweh Shai is going to come. Matter of fact, we're going to get it. So I don't want to butcher it. And then we're going to jump back to 2 Ezra. Right? So this is Matthew 24 and 30. Then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven. And then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn. And they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. Right? That's Yahweh Shai coming back in those chariots, man, with those thousands of angels. Right? Let's go to Revelation chapter 1 and verse 7. Behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him, and all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him. Even so shall it be. Right? Let's go back to 2 Ezra. Because, man, he's coming back pissed off, man. Those same people who pissed him, man, he got something for him, man. Right? This is 2 Ezra chapter 13, start at verse 3. And I beheld, and lo, that man was strong with the thousands of heaven, And when he turned his countenance to look, all things trembled that were seen under him. And whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burned that heard his voice, as the earth faileth when it filleth the fire. And after this I beheld, and lo, there were gathered together a multitude of men out of number from four winds of the heaven, to subdue the man that came out of the sea. But I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain and flew up upon it. Right? That fathership, man, that huge chariot that Yahweh shall coming back, right? But I would have seen the region or place where out the hill was graven, and could not. And after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were so afraid, and yet durst fight. And lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hand, nor held sword, nor any instrument of war, but I only saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests, and they were all mixed together, the blast of fire, the flaming breath, and the great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude which were prepared to fight, and burned them up every one, so that upon a sudden of a innumerable multitude nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and smell of smoke. When I saw this, I was afraid. So that concentrated fire, man, that Yahweh Bashar sent out against Korah, those 250 men, it's that same concentrated fire that's going to be sent out against these men trying to fight against Yahweh Shah, right? When them chariots come back. So we know what they are. We know they're not UFOs. We know they IFOs, identified flying objects, chariots of the Most High God, right? Lord willing, this has been edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Much respect to the brothers laboring in this truth worldwide to wake up the elect of the children of Israel. Till the next time I say, Shalom.